Hey, how's it going? Keith Townsend from the CTO Advisor with this hot take on OpenShift. I don't know if I want to say it's OpenShift 4.4 or version number. It's not. It's just a Tech Field Day extra. And we spent the whole day, about 5-6 hours of presentations with the OpenShift team. It was an intense day. A lot of information. Some of it was stuff that I've always known. But one of this thing, I think the thing that I've always asked the OpenShift team and have gotten uneven answers, even in the presentation at the onstart, we got uneven answers. Whether or not OpenShift was a PaaS in addition to a Kubernetes distribution. I think the obvious answer to that is yes. The answer that I've gotten from the Red Hat team, even pre-IBM acquisition, has always been, well, it's been kind of this meandering, no, not really, yes it is. And fortunately today we kind of just got to the meat of it. Yes, if you're looking for a PaaS, you can wholeheartedly check the box that OpenShift is a PaaS in addition to a KaaS, in addition to a Kubernetes compliant distribution that you can build whatever you want. If you want to build Cloud Foundry, a Cloud Foundry PaaS and have a Kubernetes distribution as the bottom layer, you can absolutely do that. I don't know why OpenShift and Red Hat is so apprehensive about saying yes, it's a PaaS plus more, but thank you to the team for finally getting to the bottom of that question. So have they made a believer out of me when it comes to Kubernetes? No, not at all. Kubernetes will be with us for the next 10, 15 years. There's no doubt about it. We got into OpenStack kind of sidecar, and the OpenStack platform that Red Hat has support out to 2023 now. So will Red Hat continue to support Kubernetes for the next 10 years? Yes. The Red Hat is a proper enterprise company. This isn't Google we're talking about, who's going to sunset something that's mission critical to enterprises. But why am I not a Kubernetes believer yet? One is me and Brian Gracely have to continue the conversation we started at the end of the day, which was, what is the problem that Kubernetes is solving for the enterprise? Pre-Kubernetes, Netflix built an amazing infrastructure and set of services without having a container orchestration platform. Every major cloud provider has built amazing scalable applications. They've adopted DevOps. They've adapted these modern application methodologies and processes without containers. Containers do not yet run the internet. So what's the immediate value as an enterprise for me being an early adopter for Kubernetes? You see my VMware vSphere 7 coverage. I'm pretty consistent on this. Unless Kubernetes provides a competitive advantage to you at this point, I would leave the early adoption up to other people. The OpenShift team during the Tech Field Day X presentation gave us some pretty interesting numbers and insights. Red Hat has just under 2,000 enterprise customers for their OpenShift platform. They have 44% of the market. Back in the napkin math, that puts the total market at 4,000 enterprises. VMware vSphere has how many? I could do a quick search to see how big Pivotal Cloud Foundry's customer base was. So a scale thing. I think the thing that really gets it for me is when I start going to customers and they're retiring previous systems to run those systems on Kubernetes. That's the tipping point for me. It's when customers say not only is it mature enough to write new applications on, but our legacy stuff is going to get moved to that. Until then, Kubernetes is just another thing that I'm running in my data center. It's not disruptive in the sense that it's forcing me to do everything that I do differently, like VMs did. The Kubernetes today is just giving me a different way to do some of the things that I've already done. That is until I have my conversation with Brian or someone on his team to talk about, hey, what can I do with Kubernetes that I just simply can't do otherwise? And I don't mean orchestrate containers. If I'm not solving the problem with containers today, how is containers solving the problems and thus Kubernetes? If you guys have opinions, let's not wait until the conversation with Brian. Hit me up in the comments section, either in whatever you're seeing this on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Talk to you next. CTO Dose.